Also, in an effort to try and catch up with some of the 2016 movies I missed, I decided to go back and watch everyone's favorite movie, Passengers. Just the fact that I went into this movie with such low expectations and I was still disappointed, and I thought that the 31% on Rotten Tomatoes was too gracious is not a good sign, guys. If someone asked me to describe the plot of Passengers, it might actually sound half interesting. But the problem with Passengers is that it takes a super interesting plot and turns it into a super mundane movie. I don't want to get any spoilers, but basically the first half of this movie is a complete bore. Nothing happens. In fact, I might even say almost 90% of the movie, nothing really happens to further the story along. The actual story of the movie is so irrelevant, so completely, totally irrelevant to everything that actually happens in the movie, that you're completely uninterested in the characters or what's happening to them. You know, I didn't care about Chris Pratt's character. I didn't care about Jennifer Lawrence's character. And unfortunately, these are the two main actors in the entire movie. No spoilers really, except the fact that you should know this probably is not a spoiler. You know, there are 4 actors in this movie, 2 of which whose characters I didn't like. Half of the characters I didn't like in this movie, guys. Half. That's not a good sign either. Pratt is just wasting his time, and I can see that maybe he's not a good actor, you know, maybe I think he's just a good blockbuster shoo-in guy, because in this movie it requires a lot of acting and he's just wasting his time, or it turns out he doesn't know how to act. So either way, it really sucked. His acting sucked in this movie because his character sucked. I think that's partly it, is just that his character was so poorly written that I wasn't invested at all with his character. I found Jennifer Lawrence's character to be a little bit more interesting, a little more intriguing, and I feel like she did her character a little bit more justice, but I think it's mostly because of how much better than Chris Pratt's character was written for her. And so I was more invested in the Jennifer Lawrence side of the story rather than the Chris Pratt side of the story, which I guess is good, but I mean, it really did nothing to make me too much invested in the film. Overall, the movie was a complete bore, an absolute bore. I did not like almost any second of the movie. I really hated this movie, guys. There is one other thing the only thing that I'd like to point out, which I liked about this movie. The sets look beautiful, guys. One of the best sets I have seen in a motion picture to date. The techno-futuristic look in Passengers, the spaceships feel, it created this world for me that I really appreciated. And it's a shame, it's just such a sad shame that this kind of a beautiful set was wasted on such a terrible movie. Atrocious movie, and such an amazing set that could have been used in some sort of amazing movie. I feel ashamed for whoever the set designer was, because they deserved a much better movie. I know they did. And yeah, the set is wasted in the movie. So time for stars, I guess. 1 out of 5 stars. 1 out of 5 stars. I can't give it any more stars. 1 star for the production design, and maybe a little bit for the soundtrack by Thomas Newman. I thought the soundtrack was good. But a soundtrack and a production design are really only going to get this movie to 1 star. Don't watch it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. It's definitely, it's not good. And I knew that going in, and I was even more disappointed than I should have been. So that's not good. Just because you can't be a passenger like Chris Pratt or Jennifer Lawrence doesn't mean that you can't be a subscriber to this channel. So be sure to comment, like, or subscribe to this video, and it'll do you good, and you won't be like a passenger like Chris Pratt or Jennifer Lawrence. You'll be a step above. Hey, thanks for watching my content, guys. I hope to have new videos out very soon, and thanks a lot for all your guys' support.